Brainy, brainy, brain, brainy, brain, brainy, 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 brain, brainy, brain, brainy, brain, brain, brainy, brain, brain, brainy, brain, done.
Hi, and welcome to.
Hi.
I was talking to them.
Oh,
Hi, and welcome to Brainy and Dunce. I'm Brainy, and this
I'm
is
Brainy.
This is Dunce, and today we're going to be talking about fractures. What is a fracture, Dunce?
Math.
No, we're talking about fractures, not fractions, Dunce.
Oh.
Okay, so a fracture is actually a break or discontinuity in bone. But before we start talking about fractures, we have to start talking about what a bone is and what they do. Okay, so mechanically, they provide body shape, a strong and sturdy framework for posture, support and anchor body tissues, joint stability, protect internal organs, and provide levers for movement. So physiologically, bones store fat, form blood cells, or go through hematopoiesis. What are the main properties of bones? They're durable, have rigidity, flexibility, and tensile strength. Or they drift. What are you doing? What is that?
It's a skeleton driving a car.
Why?
Because Vin Diesel looks like a skeleton and he drifts cars.
Whatever helps you remember. Now, bones are in constant remodeling. There's two forms of this. There is resorption and then there's formation. Now, resorption is where the bones are broken down and it releases calcium from the bones into the bloodstream. While formation builds up bones with the calcium in our bloodstream and mineralizes it through calcium salts.
Uh-huh.
Now, this is done through two processes. There's one called osteoblasts and osteoclasts. How do you know which one's which? Osteoblasts, with a B, build up bones, while osteoclasts, with a C, chips calcium out of our bones. Now, what is the role of calcium in the body? It's meant for muscle contraction, cardiac function, hemostasis or blood clotting, or neurofunction. Got that, Dunce?
Nope.
How about you? Did you get that? It's time to test your knowledge. So the first question, what are the main properties of bones?
Vin Diesel.
Durable, have rigidity, flexibility, and tensile strength.
Vin
Drift.
Diesel.
Drift. What does osteoblast do? With a B. It builds bones. Yay, you're right. Question number 3. What is the role of calcium in the body?
Nope.
Muscle contraction, cardiac function, hemostasis or blood clotting, and neural function. Now that you guys have the base knowledge of bones, now we can move on to fractures. So there are 5. The first one is direct trauma, where the fracture occurs at the point of impact, like getting a baseball bat to the head. Or second would be indirect trauma, where the fracture would occur at a distance from the point of impact. And then there's the third one, which is muscle contraction, like a high-powered jump violently contracting your quadriceps and causing the tibial tuberosity to separate from the tibia.
It's a ghost.
The fourth one is fatigue and stress, where the fracture is due to repeated wear and tear of the bone, like a fracture that occurs on tibial tuberosity during long-distance running. And the fifth one is pathological. It's where spontaneous fractures occur due to bone weakening, like osteoporosis. Now, fractures come with all signs and symptoms. First one being pain, erythema and redness, heat, loss of function, deformities, abnormal mobility, shock, protective muscle spasm, and soft tissue injury. Now, there are many different kinds of fractures. The first one being an open fracture is where the fracture breaks through the skin and meets with the external environment. It's like the bone is saying hello to the world. Second one being complete fracture. It's where the fracture occurs across the entire width of the bone. And the last one being green stick fracture. Green stick fracture is like a branch that isn't fully dried out, so when you snap it, it doesn't cleanly snap in half, just like a green stick. So these are the characteristics of fractures. First one,
Communist.
two pieces is comminuted. Comminuted. Second one is compression, is when the bones are crushed. Third one is being impacted, when two pieces are pushed together. The fourth one is segmental, is where the fracture is displaced or misaligned.
Missiles.
Okay. Now it's time to test your knowledge. Now, what kind of mechanism of injury is this? So is that injury direct, indirect, pathological, or fatigue? You're right, it was direct. So what characteristic of fracture is this? Was that compression, impacted, segmental, or butterfly? It was compression. Now that you've learned different types of fractures, what type of fracture is this if Dunce broke his arm and the bone actually broke through his skin, like this?
Huh?
So was that open, completed, green stick, or butterfly? That's right, it's open.
Oh my God.
How you feeling, Dunce? Okay. Now moving along in fractures, there's different patterns in fractures. There's a transverse fracture, where the pattern's actually just across the width of the bone, which the bone is still generally pretty stable. Then there's the oblique fracture, where the fracture is on an angle across the bone. The bone is generally unstable. The last one is spiral fracture, where the fracture goes around the bone and the bone is now very unstable. Lastly is the healing process of fractures. First step is hematoma. It's kind of like the blood pooling that occurs around the fracture. The second step is soft callus. It's kind of like a biological band-aid. Third process is the hard callus, which is going to be a permanent bone structure. And fourth is the bone remodeling. So now we know the basics of fractures. How was that, Dunce?
Good.
Did you learn anything?
No.
So what are fractures?
Math!
Oh no. Never mind. I hope you learned something from this video. And thank you for watching Learning with Brainy and Dunce. Goodbye.
Bye.
No, not yet.
Okay, we can edit it. Take a step to your.
What type of mechanism of injury is this?
Oh wait, we didn't have sound there.
Look at his face, my dude. And I can feel he's staring, and I'm like,
Sorry.
don't look, don't look, don't look.
Oh!
I forget what it was. Where yeah.
Okay, you all.
Oh, good thing you're wearing black.